Okay, so here's how it goes. There is this little trick about taking the window out that's really helpful. So what I've already done, you can see I've already rolled the window down inside the back door. So then if you open the tailgate, lay it down flat, there is this secondary latch. Let me get a screwdriver. And this one's covered with grease, so it's a little hard to see, but maybe that's good. What you want to do is push down on this latch right here, and then offer some resistance until it clicks in place. Like that. What that does is it fools the tailgate into thinking that it is swung out like a barn door instead of dropped down like a pickup truck. And it allows you to run the glass out horizontally, which typically you wouldn't want to do. But if you're trying to change the glass, or if you're trying to change the sweep, it makes it a lot easier to do because you're not trying to hold the glass upright, it's laying down flat. Now, the glass is pretty big and it's awkward and it's kind of heavy for what it is. So when it's laying down flat, it's a lot easier to deal with, to get it in, to get it to set right, because you're not worried about if you're holding it horizontally, or if you're holding it vertically, you have to worry about dropping it. Where if it's horizontal, you don't have to do that. But it gets really hairy when it's all the way out, laying down horizontally. You'll certainly want to have more room than I have here, because you can see there's not enough room for the glass. But when I did it, I didn't have my lawnmower sitting there, so it was a lot easier to do. That's my trick. You have to disconnect. Otherwise, you have to figure out how to disconnect the rear window defroster wires and all that while you're holding the window upright. So that makes it a lot easier to do. Once you get it, you take all this cover off. I think there's 4 bolts you have to take out. It's really no big deal. They're sliding glides. So it's really simple to work with when it's laying down flat. But if you're trying to do all that when it's upright, you really need at least 2 people. Where laying it down flat like this, you can do it by yourself. But there's one caution you have to be really careful of. When you have this trigger set like that, there's nothing to keep the other latch from opening. So if when you're in here messing around, you catch the handle or the rod that runs that handle, you can disconnect the bottom hinge on the other side, which would let the tailgate drop on that corner. And you really don't want to do that because it can damage the tailgate and it makes it really hard to get it put back together. I didn't find that out the hard way. All of this information came out of my body manual. So I didn't make all this up, but it's really useful. So you want to be really careful that you don't either trigger the handle over in the corner, or you don't pull that bar. So let me know if you have any other questions. Once this has been triggered, all you have to do is pull this handle, the handle in the middle, and it will re-engage that latch and shut the door, and you're good to go. So I hope that's helpful. Let me know what you think.